Hey, my YouTubers and everyone in the world. Today is September the 4th. The time is now 10:28 a.m. It is a beautiful Tuesday all day. The sun is bright. I'm up and I'm doing it early. But I haven't been recording any videos cuz actually I was on vacation last week. It is very imperative to take a vacation for yourself once a year, maybe twice a year if you can get away and just, relieve yourself of everything that's going on in the world and in your life and just let it all go. But today I'm going to be talking about facts about my vacation and things that happened to me that you would never expect in a million years. So, I live in New York currently, and I decided to take my vacation in Georgia. So I actually took a bus to Atlanta, Georgia from New York. That is crazy. That's the second time I did that. But see, this time it was a lot different. See, first of all, my bus left early in the morning, but it was an hour late. We were supposed to leave at like 9:30 or 8:30, but we ended up leaving at like 9:30, a quarter to 10. So it actually takes about 23 hours to get from New York to Atlanta, Georgia by bus. Now, the reason why my trip actually took way more than 23 hours was because of that hour delay earlier in the day. It caused a 6-hour delay once I got to North Carolina. I had to wait from, I think it was probably like 11 p.m. to 4:30 in the morning for the next bus to come. I was so pissed off. But I mean, who can you take your anger out on in situations like that? Like a lot of people were taking their anger out on the people that work at the bus station. To me, that's pointless because they had nothing to do with the delay. All they're doing is relaying the message to let you know, like, this is what's going on, to inform you. Unfortunately, this is the situation. But to curse them out, to me, is pointless. It's like misplaced anger. They have nothing to do with the situation. So, to make a long story short, I just sat down, got on my laptop, read a book, anything just to preoccupy my mind from what was going on. I mean, what more can you do? I learned that honestly, patience is very imperative. And at the end of the day, sometimes things are going to happen that you just can't anticipate. Like, it is what it is. What can you do about it? But let's move forward. So I get to Atlanta, Georgia. I went out there to go see a couple friends and, just see some people that I thought I was extremely cool with. So I stayed with my homegirl. That was a mistake. It started off, I stayed about I stayed 9 days. It started off cool and everything, but towards like the fourth, the fourth day, towards that day, that's when she started acting up. It went from, she would have an issue with me washing dishes. I guess she felt, I don't know what it was, but me washing dishes was a problem for her. And then I'll be sitting outside to just get some fresh air, and that would be an issue. I'll be on the phone having a conversation with a homegirl of mine or a family member checking in with me to make sure I'm okay, and that became an issue. It's like every time I turned around, this woman is just nitpicking, just coming at me left and right. And I just got to a point where I said, you know what? I'm just gonna leave well enough alone. I'm gonna ride this out because remember, I'm out here in Atlanta, Georgia. I don't have any family out there, but I have friends out there. And if they have a home, why stay in a hotel that's $212 a night if you can save that money and just contribute towards, the food and other necessities that you need while you're staying there. But you know what? Honestly, I feel like comfort. There's no don't no amount of money that you could put on comfort. Like comfortability is the most important thing. I mean, Sunday night, 2 days before I was supposed to leave, this chick jumps up in my face and telling me, oh, I don't appreciate the way you were sitting outside and all this and all that, just coming up with random shit. And then has the nerve enough to tell me that when we're outside and someone is talking to her, she doesn't want me to speak. And people really baffle me, the way that they move and how they do things. How you going to tell somebody else that they can't speak? Who does that? So, you know what? To make a long story short, when I left on Tuesday and I was so happy to get up out of there, I couldn't even wait for my bus at 10:45 p.m. I was like, what? 8 o'clock, 8:30? I was out the house. You know what? I learned something. Sometimes people will pretend to be your friend. Sometimes they'll pretend that they like you. But let me tell you something. The true feeling of how a person feel inside, that's going to come out. That's going to come out. Whether it's good or whether it's bad, it's going to come out. You just got to be mindful enough to pay attention to the signs of things. And I understand in life that sometimes we go through things that damage us. But you know what? It's not for you to take, your anger, your misplaced anger out on someone else that don't deserve that. Especially if that person had nothing to do with whatever happened to you. Sometimes people, unfortunately, are raped. Sometimes people are jumped. Sometimes, family members pass away, friends pass away. But at the end of the day, no matter what has happened to you, it has nothing to do with the next person. If that person did not cause that pain, then there should be no misplaced anger towards them. And if you come across someone that reminds you of someone that done dirt by you, and you feel like being friends with that person might not be the smartest thing, then that's okay, but just keep your distance, and they keep their distance, and you keep it at that. But don't become friends with that person to be, nasty towards them because of something that happened to you in the past. It's just not right. You just don't do that. And one thing I realized that this older woman kept saying to me, because she's quite a few years older than me, was, okay, I've been through a lot of trauma, this, and that. I have, bipolar, whatever other issues is going on. But to me, I feel like I understand that we go through things in life, but at the end of the day, it doesn't give you a reason to take your anger out on me. I had nothing to do with it, you know? But then it also makes me wonder, like, what's going through these people's minds to make them even feel like it's okay to to mistreat other people who don't deserve that, and I mean, if it's one thing I learned on my vacation, I learned that this is not a true friend. This is not someone that I want in my circle. This is not someone that I want to be a friend of mine. Because at the end of the day, the way that I was treated, the way that she jumped up in my face, the way that I felt she disrespected me was very uncalled for, and it was unnecessary. And it kind of hurt my feelings, but it also taught me a lesson that's priceless. I'm over the hurt feelings part of it right now. But at the end of the day, when it happened, I said to myself, I can't believe this is going on. And I feel like if I had continued to be friends with her, that would have been a situation that would have happened more than once. And I don't know how I might have responded after a while. So that's one of the reasons why I felt like it was best for me to just distance myself and just, not even talk to this girl. Not even mess with her. I mean, there's nothing. When I came back to New York, I didn't call and I didn't text. She didn't call and she didn't text. And that showed me a lot as well. Because if you did care about me, you would have reached out, even if it's through a text, to say, hey, Chris, I hope you made it home safe. If you don't want to call, text me and let me know you got home safe. She didn't give a fuck. And you know what? I stopped caring about people who don't care about me. And it's okay for me to be like that. Because why should I sit there and put more energy out there trying to make something work? And then every time I turn around, you're trying to find a reason to be mad about something. I mean, for all that, I might as well keep my distance and keep doing me. Keep moving forward with my life. So if it's one thing I learned, guys, and I'm going to give you guys 3 tips on how to move forward. Number 1, you got to learn how to let go. If a situation is not for you, it's okay to let it go. And if it was for you, then God would put this person back in your life some way, somehow. Who knows? 2, you got to learn to forgive people because people are fucked up inside. And that's the AKA of this situation. Sometimes when people are mentally fucked up, they don't know their ass from their elbow. That's what my mama used to say. But see, no, for real, you gotta learn to forgive them, because sometimes people are so messed up inside that, and they done been done dirty so many times that when they do get a real person, they can't distinguish who's real versus who's not, and that's dangerous, because a person like that will end up alone because you don't know who to trust. You trust the people you're not supposed to trust, and then the people that's showing you that they're loyal, you're shitting on them. That's not how you do that. But anyways, 2, you gotta learn to forgive them, and 3, pick your friends and the family members that you choose to fuck with wisely. I don't care if they are family members. That's all they are. Because sometimes those are the most dangerous people that we have in our lives. Because we don't expect them to do dirt to us. But what happens? You get shitted on. Nah, that ain't gonna happen no more. Choose your family and your friends that you choose to fuck with wisely. I'm telling you, because at the end of the day, that could determine whether your life goes up or whether your life goes down. You determine that. Me, when I was younger, I had a whole bunch of friends, and I thought it was about having a whole bunch of friends. But let me tell you something. Where are they now? I'm here doing my thing. And because I was able to mentally let certain people go, even if I didn't want to, if I felt like I had to, then I did. You know why? Because, see, this is my thing. I don't want to look back 4 or 5 years from now and I'm talking to this person about the same bullshit that we've been talking about since 16. I'm 29. I'm about to be 30 November 14th. Happy birthday to me. But let me tell you something. I let go. I let go and I gave it to God. I let it go. Sometimes you let go of certain friendships that you just have to let go of. Family members that's no good, that done did grimy shit, let it go. Just let it go. Give it to God and keep it pushing. And keep it pushing. And I'm free. I'm free of the nonsense, the drama, the stress, the arguing. I'm not doing it no more. I feel like the older you get, you gotta mature. You gotta grow up. And you have to realize that sometimes people are not for you. Just like even in relationships. You may love this person. He may be cute or she may be gorgeous. But at the end of the day, are you guys compatible? But then we ain't going to get into that right now. But those are my 3 tips for today. I did have a good vacation. But towards the end, she tried to make it extremely hard for me. And if it wasn't for me being cool, calm, and collective, then the situation would have turned out a lot differently. And that's not always a good thing. So if you feel like you got to be brought, you're being brought out of your character when you're around certain people, then you don't need to be around that person. That's what that means. If every time you chill with this person, you feel like you got to curse them out, or you getting into arguments with people outside or fights and stuff, it's time to mature. It's time to grow up. And it's time to let that person go, because they're obviously toxic for your life. But yes, those are the 3 tips for today. Like I always say, like, comment, subscribe, and share. And of course, visit my website at shoploveronline.com. Until next time, you guys be safe, be smart, and be at peace. Later.